Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. Low Income Taxpayer Clinic 2021 supplemental application period now open. IR 2021-55, March 15, 2021, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service today announced it will accept applications for an 18-month Low Income Taxpayer Clinic, an LITC, matching grant from all qualified organizations. The application period will run from March 15th, 2021 to April 16th, 2021. The budget and the period of performance for the supplemental grant will be July 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Organizations currently receiving a grant for 2021 are not eligible to apply. So if you already have the grant, not eligible to apply apparently. Qualified organizations that are awarded grants will ensure the fairness and integrity of the tax system for taxpayers who are low income or speak English as a second language, ESL taxpayers, by providing pro bono representation on their behalf in tax disputes with the IRS, educating them about their rights and responsibilities as taxpayers, and identifying and advocating for issues that impact these taxpayers. Applications will be accepted from all areas, but priority consideration will be given to organizations that can provide services in the identified geographic areas listed below. So the geographic areas they're looking into: geographic underserved areas in need of LITC services include, and obviously I will horribly butcher some of these names if I read through all the names, so I'll give a link to this in the description and you can go through some of those in more detail. The states that they are included in: Arizona, Florida, Idaho, Nevada, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, West Virginia, and Wyoming all have locations listed here as priority locations. So once again, we'll have a link in the description, and if you want to look into that in more detail, you can do so. The LITC program is a federal grant program administered by the Office of the Taxpayer Advocate at the IRS, led by National Taxpayer Advocate Aaron M. Collins. The LITC program awards matching grants of up to $100,000 per year to qualifying organizations to develop, expand, or continue low-income taxpayer clinics. The LITC program funds organizations to represent low-income taxpayers who have a tax controversy with the IRS and to educate ESL taxpayers about their rights and responsibilities as U.S. taxpayers. An LITC must provide services for free or for no more than a nominal fee. Although the LITCs receive partial funding from the IRS, LITCs, their employees, and their volunteers operate independently from the IRS. So you might get federal money, of course, for it in the form possibly of a grant, but they do operate then independently from the IRS. They're not an extension from the IRS. You can't sue basically the IRS in essence is kind of the thought process there. But you're getting federal funding, but separate organization for it. So examples of qualifying organizations include, but are not limited to, clinical programs at accredited law, business, or accounting schools whose students represent low-income taxpayers in tax disputes with the IRS. So if there's tax disputes with the IRS, they've got arguments about, taxes with the IRS, could help in that area. Organizations exempt from income tax under Internal Revenue Code Section 501A, whose employees and volunteers represent low-income taxpayers in tax disputes with the IRS or refer those taxpayers to qualified representatives. Applications must be submitted electronically at www.grants.gov. There's a link to that here by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on April 16, 2021. The funding number is TREAS grants 052021-002. So you're going to want to look that up. If you're looking into that further, we'll have a link to that here. Copies of IRS Publication 3319 2021 Grant Application Package Guideline. So if you want to look into this further, take a look at Publication 3319. There's a link to that here. It can be downloaded from the irs.gov website, ordered online from irs.gov, or ordered by phone by calling 800-TAX-FORM 800 829-3676. There's a link. There's obviously that information here as well. We'll provide a link to this in the description for it. Questions about the LITC program or grant application process can be addressed to the LITC program office at 202-317-4700, not a toll-free call, or by email at, and there's an email address here as well. In addition, individuals who also contact Bill Beard at 949-575-6200, not a toll-free number, or by emailing another email address as well. More information about the LITCs and the work they do to represent, educate, and advocate on behalf of low-income and ESL taxpayers is available in IRS Publication 50666 LITC Program Report. There's a link to Publication 5066 LITC Program Report here. A short video, there's a link to that video about the LITC program, is available on the IRS website. So if you want to look into just the LITC program further, then you can go to that video. There's a link to that here. Anyone can join the LITC staff for a Zoom webinar. So if you want to join the webinar, there's a link to that as well, where they will provide information about the LITC program and application process. For details on the date and time of the webinar, please check the LITC page on irs.gov. There's a link to the LITC page here. There'll be a link to this in the description.